all the participants to this Sunday webinar of Philosophy Family. Today we have with us Professor Sushim Dubey sir, a very well-known figure in the nation. And now, as we all know, that he is in Namnalanda Mahavihar. Today, he is going to deliver a talk on under the title Philosophizing, Why, How, and to Whom. So, very beautiful topic, and I hope we all will enjoy this evening by his ideas and by his lecture. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome all the senior professors uh, and also welcome our admin, Professor Pramod Das. So, without wasting much time, let me inform that Professor Dubey has delivered 2 to 3 talks in Philosophy Family, as I could remember. Well, they were very interesting, and today also we hope that his lecture would be very interesting and would attract beautiful questions during the question and answer session. So, with these words, let us all move to Professor Dubey for the lecture. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rai, and thank you, Dr. Das, also Professor Avinash Srivastav and all distinguished who are here, our students, our research scholars. Very interestingly, learning, graduating is in a way is related with philosophizing. Whenever I say philosophizing, in a two interpretation or two understanding of this, one is the very meaning of the word love for wisdom. There is a wise decision, wiseness, or making circle rather larger to the more larger way in our experience, our life, our realization, everything. So also in another way in darshan, देखना, darshan karna, drishti, dekh pana, which is more in a way related with the consciousness, awareness. Here we have a lot of philosophical schools in our tradition as well as in Western tradition also. But what I have taken this topic today, why and to whom? Because in philosophy area, in our particularly philosophy departments, which have been in our country since I think 1833 onwards, where the colleges being established in 1813 onward with the bill for education during the time of philosophy colleges and there onward the universities. So either way, philosophy or philosophizing, to whom and how and why, क्यों हम philosophizing करते ही क्यों हैं, why it is necessitated, how it is emerging out in our own behavior, in our own nature, in our own intellect, in our own mind, in our own manifestations. This is very much related with the need, with our own way of growing, with our own way of expanding. This point particularly, that how it is relevant and related with our day-to-day life experiences, and in a way the process, entire process of learning, जो हमारे पूरे सीखने का जो एक व्यवसाय है, बिजनेस है, हमारा उपक्रम है, जिसमें हम स्कूल से लेकर महाविद्यालय से लेकर विश्वविद्यालय तक से जुड़े रहते हैं, कर रहा है। और क्यों यदि आज के समय में यदि हम बेस्ट स्टूडेंट्स को नहीं अट्रैक्ट कर पाते या उन्हें बेस्ट नहीं बना पाते, whoever are coming to us, how and which way we need to look towards the philosophy. So in all these references, perhaps I will be talking on in some significant way that I am thinking on philosophy and philosophizing, and a way of inculcating knowledge and our growing our experiences. तो केवल सुनने की बजाय I will give a kind of understanding through the presentation here, a simple presentation. फिलॉसफी में होता यह है कि हम इतना लंबा चौड़ा और इतने सारे थ्योराइज और उसके ब्रांचेस की व्हाट इज द बेसिक instinct or basic our behavior or basic our pattern of doing philosophizing that we really lose somewhere. So I just try to give a one simple understanding of what and how we are doing and what exactly we are process of philosophizing. मोबाइल से यदि आप देख रहे हो तो हॉरिजेंटल उसको थोड़ा करेंगे, स्क्रीन का साइज मैं थोड़ा बढ़ा दूंगा सो दैट वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड. हॉरिजेंटल मोबाइल को कर लेंगे. आई एम ऑल्सो डूइंग इट हॉरिजेंटल ओनली. I think presentation is visible. Presentation is visible.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. This whiteboard is also visible. So I am just drawing a circle. This is a circle of our life. This is a circle of our thinking. This is a circle of, in a way, we can say our consciousness. And in day-to-day life, in our daily routine, we go like this. I'm just enlarging it also. Again, I am drawing a circle again. How we are philosophizing. This routine life matter when it is goes, and here this is the its height. We have started from here and we are going. And when we starts to go upward like this, here our consciousness get expanded. And what happens? This is the larger circle. Here our experiences get lengthened. Again, I am drawing and inviting the attention. एक बार आपका ध्यान फिर से हम आमंत्रित कर रहे हैं. म्यूट कर दीजिए बाकी. प्लीज अनम्यूट. ये जो सर्किल है, it is having entire 2, and this in numerical, यदि हम मैथमेटिक्स में बात करें 3, then the area of circle is pi r square. So this will be totally 4 pi, and our next when it is the 9 pi. This is how the understanding of the person got increased when his consciousness expanded. जब हम दर्शन करते जाते हैं, जब हम दृश्यते अनेनेति, जब दृष्टि बढ़ती जाती है, जब समग्रता आती है, this how the philosophizing is attained. Now the very fundamental question, ये सर्किल बड़ा होता ही क्यों है? छोटे में हम क्यों नहीं रहते हैं? This was the circle 2 and 1 that we expanded, it is 3. ये बड़ा कैसे हो गया? And why everybody is not willing to raise their height of their understanding, their maturity, their expansion, their consciousness? Again, I will draw and invite attention. Simple thing for understanding and enhancing our capacity, capability, and consciousness. Just pay your attention on this. This is our day-to-day life, our day-to-day experiences, our normal happening. After repeating it many times, I am just repeating it. When we have enough energy, when we have realized all the boundaries of these, our experiences, when we want to go upward with our extra time, we can say, our extra life potential, we can say, this potential, this life energy, and this our ever expanding our nature makes this circle. I am again drawing and inviting attention. When again we are reaching to this height, our efforts goes up and another horizon is built up, and we say that our experiences are wider. वाइस कहाँ से आए, विजडम कहाँ मिला इसमें? इसमें विजडम हमें जीवन जीने के तौर तरीके में, बोलने, बात करने, समझने, व्यवहार करने के तौर तरीके और चीजों को, जीवन को, जगत को, ज्ञान, हमारे समझने के तौर तरीके में एक्सपेंशन हुआ, ये पूरा एक्सपेंशन ये. And the reason was this, that we have gone expanding again by trudging the same path. This is how the nature of human being ever evolving. Consciousness is ever evolving. हम बोर हो जाते हैं, हम कुछ नया करना चाहते हैं, हम अपने आप को और रिक्रिएट करना चाहते हैं. ये जो नया करना चाहते हैं, ये जो हम रिक्रिएट करना चाहते हैं, जिससे प्रोजनी से लेकर नॉलेज, न्यूनेस, एवरीथिंग इज गॉट, सब कुछ इसी से बनता है. इट इज ओनली पॉसिबल व्हेन it is only possible when we are expanding and we have the enough energy. So again I am inviting the attention. जब हम अपने ज्ञान से, अपने स्थान से, अपने कार्य से, अपने जो हम आसपास का पर्यावरण है, हमारा रहन सहन है, हमारा जीवनचर्या है, हमारा एक संतुष्टि का स्तर है, उसके ऊपर कुछ हम तलाश करना चाहते हैं, तब हम, अगेन आई एम ड्राइंग, प्लीज बी looking on this. This is going to come up to this height, but here we are going upward, and this upwardness is expansion of consciousness, and this expansion of consciousness should always grow like this. This expansion of consciousness reveals and relates with why we philosophize. हम विजडम की खोज में हैं, हम दर्शन, दृष्टि और कॉन्शियसनेस को बढ़ा रहे हैं, अपने अनुभव और अपनी अनुभूति को. हम विजडम अर्थात जो हमारे वाइजनेस आए हमारे व्यवहार में. अब देयर इज अ वन क्वेश्चन, प्लीज अनम्यूट, प्लीज अनम्यूट. देयर इज अ वन क्वेश्चन. ये जो वाइजनेस है, यहां तक हम यहीं पर क्यों नहीं घूमते रहे? हम यहां से यहां की तरफ चलना क्यों शुरू किया? हम देखते हैं बहुत से लोग एक बार जॉब मिल जाता है उसी में संतुष्ट हो जाते हैं, बहुत से लोग 10वीं 12वीं पढ़ तक संतुष्ट हो जाते हैं, बहुत से घर गृहस्थी शादी ब्याह करके संतुष्ट हो जाते हैं. दिस इज अवर लेवल ऑफ अवर ओन एक्सपीरियंस. देन should we say like this कि there is a one level of contentment or there is a one level of expansion of one individual, or can one be expanded up to the unlimited? Here where the philosophy plays a role very important, and here all the theories, or our Indian particularly theories of consciousness or Vedanta or Brahma Sutra or Brahma Vidya or Prana Vidya, they are all playing role. I am deleting it again. This our life circle and growing there. This is another dimension of interpretation of this philosophizing. Why? So far I have dealt upon. Now, philosophizing how and to whom. जब यहां से हम बढ़ना शुरू करते हैं तो मैंने इसका कारण 2-3 कहे. एक तो एनर्जी लेवल का, दूसरा कंटेंटमेंट का, और तीसरा एक हमारी एक एवर ग्रोइंग जो नेचर है, सोल जिसको हम कहते हैं, आत्म कहते हैं, या इसको हम ब्रह्म ज्ञान कहते हैं, अर्थात बढ़ते हुए बढ़ने का ज्ञान। ये जब विद्या आती है तब हम इस प्रकार से बढ़ना शुरू करते हैं। और ये कॉस्मोस का, जिसको हम आकाश गंगा भी बनाते हैं, जिसको हम हमारा कह रहे हैं कि हमेशा बढ़ रहा है, इस तरीके से ये बढ़ रहा है। बहरहाल दिस ओरिजिनल वन, ये जो बढ़ना है ये अप्लाई कहाँ होता है? इज इट ओनली फॉर अस? ये जो बढ़ के हमने अपने ज्ञान का पैमाना, अपने अनुभव का पैमाना, अपने चीजों को जानने का पैमाना, हमने एपिस्टेमोलॉजी को विस्तृत किया, हमने अपनी तत्व मीमांसा को विस्तृत किया, ज्ञान मीमांसा को विस्तृत किया, भगवान बुद्ध ज्ञान की खोज में गए, दुखों से निवृत्ति, दुख अर्थात दुह अर्थात विपरीत, और खा अर्थात आकाश या खालीपन, जो हमारा खालीपन है, जो हमारी चेतना है, उसका जो विपरीत है अनुभव, उसको हटाने की स्थिति। इसीलिए जब हमने दुख को हटाया, या भारतीय दर्शन सारे दुख निवृत्ति के लिए प्रवृत्त हुए, अथ त्रिविध दुख अत्यंत निवृत्ति अत्यंत पुरुषार्थ, सभी दर्शनों में सामान्य रूप से बात की गई। इसका ये मतलब नहीं था कि वह जीवन का बड़ा ही निषेधात्मक पक्ष देखते थे, नहीं। This is the wrong interpretation by all Western philosophers who were not able to understand the proper and actual how and which way the Indian philosophy, Indian wisdom and ever, जिसको हम कहते हैं सब प्रकार से धन धान्य और समृद्धि से संतुष्टता की स्थिति को, उसको समझ पाने में, पकड़ पाने में वह सक्षम नहीं रहे। इसीलिए उन्होंने जीवन की निषेधात्मक दृष्टि को दुख निवृत्ति से जोड़ा। दुख निवृत्ति जीवन की निषेधात्मक दृष्टि नहीं था, यह उस चेतना का जो विपरीतपन है। दिस इज फॉर दी सुह या सुख या चेतना की एक सुमनोवृत्ति के लिए था, जिसको हम प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस कहते हैं, विच इज कॉन्शियसनेस इन इटसेल्फ, जिसको सत, चित और आनंद की बात की गई। एनीवे, आई वॉज हियर ट्राइंग टू पुट बिफोर यू ऑल कि ये फिलोसोफाइजिंग टू हुम, क्यों यही नहीं घूमते रहते हैं इसी में, और ये ऊपर व्यक्ति जा रहा है और ये लार्जर सर्किल बना रहा है फिलोसोफाइजिंग, अर्थात जीवन के सारे अनुभवों का। आई एम अगेन रिपीटिंग हु आर ज्वाइनिंग लिटिल लेट, दिस सर्किल which I am drawing is not a circle. This circle is our general and normal day-to-day our life and our experience. This circle also represent level of knowledge that at a point of time we do have. This circle also represent our consciousness of which we are conscious and aware about our external and internal world both. If this is expanded, definitely our understanding, our level of knowledge, our capacities and our reactions to the world, our management of the things, that is achieved in a larger way, in a more matured way, in a more realized way. This is what this circle denotes or keeps the significance and importance here which I am drawing. I was just putting one more thing while in our attempt कि क्यों हम फिलोसोफाइजिंग के लिए जाते ही हैं और उसको करने से क्या होता है और क्या एक्चुअल होना चाहिए, जिसके कारण हमारे स्टूडेंट्स, हमारे विद्यार्थी और जिनको हम फिलॉसफी पढ़ा रहे हैं, साथ ही साथ जो हमने फिलॉसफी के विषय अपने पाठ्यक्रम में, those materials that we have kept in our syllabi, in our teaching routine and syllabi in our classroom teachings, are they really aiming and fulfilling to that aim? There I am just raising one question. ये जब हम यहाँ से अपवर्ड हम अपने प्रयास से, अपने एनर्जी लेवल से, अवर कॉन्शियसनेस से ऊपर की ओर करते हैं, और ये लार्जर सर्किल ज्ञान का बनता है, जिसमें ज्ञान की सीमाएं अभिवृद्ध हो रही हैं, बढ़ रही हैं, लिमिट्स एंड लेवल ऑफ अवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज एक्सपैंडेड. सो दिस टेंडेंसी, ये टेंडेंसी जिसको हम विजडम भी कह रहे हैं, वाइज है, जिसको बाकी सारे लोग अडॉप्ट करेंगे, जिसको बाकी सारे लोग चाहेंगे कि हम भी ऐसे वाइजनेस से, विजडम से भरें, लें. तब प्रश्न उठता है कि ये जो विजडम देने की प्रवृत्ति है, ये बड़ी जेनरोसिटी से युक्त होनी चाहिए. ये बड़ा एक ऐसा, जिसको हम कहते हैं फिलोसोफर इज अ लवर ऑफ मैनकाइंड. ये चीजें स्वयं अपने सुख को स्टेबलाइज रख के, ज्ञान, अनुभव और प्राप्ति के वाइडर सर्किल और सीमाओं को देख करके, ऐसा जो अनुभूति संपन्न व्यक्ति, जिनको हम कहते हैं बुद्ध, जिनको हम कहते हैं चैतन्य, जिनको हम वेस्टर्न फिलॉसफी में सो मेनी फिलोसोफर्स, जिन्होंने इस ज्ञान को, बीइंग अ लवर ऑफ मैनकाइंड, सबके प्रति प्रेम, स्नेह और अनुराग से, बोधिसत्व का आदर्श भी इसीलिए है, उसको सबके सामने प्रस्तुत किया, ताकि हमारे ज्ञान में, हमारे समझ में, हमारे कार्यों में, और हमारे अल्टीमेट लाइफ एंड इट्स एक्सपीरियंसेस, they get rather more fulfilled, and we are more promised on our way to realize and to expand and to achieve what is the summum bonum in our life. ये जो टू whom का मैंने बात किया कि फिलोसोफाइजिंग टू whom, जो हम अपना अनुभूति या अपना सर्किल को ये बढ़ा रहे हैं फिलोसोफाइजिंग से, जब तक, आई एम रिपीटिंग, unless and until the person is highly having the humanity or humanitarian outlook, well versed with all human tendencies to serve the humanity, दूसरे शब्दों में भारतीय परंपरा में कहें, जब तक सात्विक गुणों से परिपूर्णता नहीं होगी, दूसरे की तरफ, सात्विक गुण का मतलब ही है कि वेल विशर ऑफ ऑल, सत्व अर्थात जीवन ऊर्जा, जीवन सत्व, जीवन संकेत और जीवन मात्र और प्राणियों के प्रति सद्भावना का विचार नहीं होगा. सारी जगह ये सत जुड़ा हुआ है, सतचितानंद का सद्भावना. भाव अर्थात वैसा भाव जिसमें सत्व अर्थात सबके लिए समानता, एक रूपता और सत्यनिष्ठता हो. ऑल दिस काइंड्स ऑफ attributes and qualities, if they are there with the person, then only the person who is enlarging the circle and growing upward leads the path to the others for the sake of knowledge, for the sake of understanding and eradication of dukkha. Again, let us have our understanding of the dukkha, so that we may have a clear understanding. Dukkha, this is, and sukha. These both words having this kha in common, and this kha is denoting the consciousness and sky, like we have the khag, आकाश में गमन करने वाला खग है. वी हैव द खेचरी मुद्रा, योग में होती है. चरी अर्थात चरना, खे अर्थात आकाश में, जब चेतना की स्थिति शून्यता पूर्वक होती है, वो खिचरी मुद्रा होती है. सो दिस खा इज डिनोटिंग अवर कॉन्शियसनेस एम्प्टीनेस. हम कोई भी कार्य करके, प्लीज पे अटेंशन to understand the basic what we mean the philosophizing in our consciousness and expansion of consciousness. जब भी हम कार्य में, मैंने सर्किल बनाया, इस पर हमने सारे इसके डायमेंशंस देख लिए, यहां से वहां से, चारों दिशाओं से. अब हम इसमें रमना नहीं चाहते, निवृत्ति की बात आती है. तब एक शून्यता की स्थिति उत्पन्न होती है कि हमको कुछ भी नयापन नहीं मिल रहा है। और जब इसमें हमारा अनुभव हमें संतुष्ट नहीं करता है, तब यह दूह के समान होता है। We enlarge to like this and we feel rather more complacent, more poised। तब हम अपने आप को और स्थिर और संगत महसूस करते हैं, जिसको हम कहते हैं सु। अब ये चेतना सु हो गई। इस दु और सु का ये क्रम चलता रहता है। इसी सर्किल से जो हमारा डे टू डे लाइफ है, इसमें फिलॉसफी और फिलोसोफाइजिंग का बिजनेस निकलता है। नाउ आई stop the presentation and come back to you. ये जो फिलोसोफाइजिंग का हमारा बिजनेस निकलता है या कार्य निकलता है, हाउ इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट। जो हम जिस चीज में जुड़े हुए हैं, जो हम आई एम जस्ट रेफरिंग टू दिस द सिलेबाई और द वे दैट वी आर टीचिंग to our student in our classroom, teaching in a very ceremonial way, a very routine way, or in a say very dried way. I am focusing on that only and that way only. जब तक हम हमारे विद्यार्थियों का, as long as we are not expanding the realization and expanding their day to day, जो एक सर्किल बन रहा है गोल, उससे हम बढ़ा नहीं पाते हैं विद्यार्थियों को। हम उनको कुछ भी फिलॉसफी हम नहीं सिखा पा रहे हैं और हो भी नहीं सकती। विजडम कहां से आया? पढ़ाने से, रटाने से विजडम तो हो नहीं जाएगा। इट इज अ वे ऑफ बिहेविंग, it is a way which is embedded in our experiences that we have in our own self, we have achieved, we have realized, we have poised। हम किसी एक धरातल पर, एक समतल पर, एक चेतना के स्तर पर आ गए हैं जहां हमें लग रहा है कि वाकई हम यहाँ ऊंचे हैं, यहाँ हमें ज्यादा समझ, ज्यादा ज्ञान, ज्यादा स्थिरता, ज्यादा अनुभूति, ज्यादा सुख, या हम कहें आनंद की प्राप्ति हो रही है। This is what should be our business. This is how now I am coming to more seriousness about the philosophizing and how the philosophy has given the birth to various other subjects। जो मैंने सर्किल बनाया था, फिर से इसको रिकॉल करिए, रिकलेक्ट करिए अपनी स्मृति में। जब ये सर्किल हमारे सामाजिक व्यवहार से जुड़ा हुआ होता है और इसको हम एक्सपैंड करते हैं, तो ये फिलोसॉफिकल सोशियोलॉजी हो जाता है। इसमें सोसाइटी के बहुत सारे अनुभव होते हैं। जब इसमें हम पॉलिटिक्स की बात करते हैं और हमारी समझ बढ़ती जाती है, तो ये सोशल या फिर ये पॉलिटिकल फिलॉसफी हो जाता है। इसी तरीके से ये सब्जेक्ट निकले हैं और इसमें फिर से मैं आपका ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहूंगा, जो कि सबसे बड़ा थ्रेट है फिलॉसफी के लिए, और यह है कि ये जो सर्किल जब हम बनाते हैं, आई थिंक आई शुड अगेन ड्रॉ द सर्किल सो दैट it should be again understood properly। Let me give one more presentation, because how the science is related and why we are demanding everything scientifically। Just pay one more attention, it is very important in our understanding of our philosophy and the way we philosophize। Just a moment। Once more I try. The point is, I think now it is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes, yes, yes. Please make your mobile horizontal, because I am also making this computer horizontal. This circle, please pay attention to this. This circle, this is simple our day-to-day life. Again, pay attention on this. This circle, where we are expanding. This point. This was our normal day-to-day life. ये जब यहाँ से बढ़ रहा है, जब हम इस बढ़ने को सबको दिखा पाते हैं कि दिस इज द रीजन, दिस इज द प्रैक्टिकलिटी, दिस इज द methodology, this is the observation, that this circle can be increased of yours as well as others as well as all, then we say it is a science. So also, when suppose this circle is our social behavior, this circle is our natural experiences, and this all methodology of expanding our natural experiences, when we develop proper methodology, when we have come about the experimentation way where we can exhibit to all the people that following the same path, they can also expand their experiences of natural, we say the physics, we say the chemistry, biology and so many sciences. तब ये साइंस हम इसको कहते हैं अपने अनुभव को. और जब ये सर्किल का अता पता नहीं होता है और ये बढ़ता जाता है व्यक्तियों का, तब हम इसको कहते हैं कि यह रहस्य है. More people who are of the rationality only, they are living at the rational level or intellectual, they are not able to, or we say there is no way to interpret in a normal way or immediate way, then we say it may be the mysticism, it is beyond rational, it is not scientific, and we demand everything that it should be scientific. So the question is not that whether circle has expanded or not, means our consciousness, our experiences have expanded or not. The question more relates with us in our common parlance, जहां हम पढ़ाई और पढ़ा रहे हैं बच्चों को, कि वो सबकी समझ में आ जाए, वो ऐसा हो जिसको हम साइंटिफिक वे में सबको दिखा पाएं. ये जो डेमोक्रेसी और साइंस का 15वीं शताब्दी के बाद हमारा एम्फेसिस शुरू हुआ है, जिसको हम कह सकते हैं कि सबके लिए सामान्य ज्ञान, जहां से कॉमन सेंस फिलॉसफी भी निकला, और बर्ट्रैंड रसल का नाम हम जानते हैं. बर्ट्रैंड रसल हिमसेल्फ हैज accepted at the end कि my perception and views also got changed subsequently as I expanded or as I've grown in my life and experiences. बहरहाल मैं किसी फिलोसफाइजिंग सिस्टम की तरफ नहीं जा रहा, मैं ध्यान केवल हमारे जो टीचिंग और जो हमारे विद्यार्थी कंसर्न है, मैं उनके विषय में बात करने जा रहा हूं कि हाउ वी कैन मेक आवर टीचिंग मोर मीनिंगफुल, एंड ऑल्सो इन्वाइटिंग द अटेंशन एंड एंजाइटी ऑफ ऑल अस कि हम कैसे फिलॉसफी को और प्रैक्टिकल ओरिएंटेड विषय बना पाए, अप्लाइड बना पाए. ये तो तब होगा जब हम ये जो सर्किल हमारा जो लाइन ये जो ऊपर की ओर जब बढ़ती, हमारा अनुभव बढ़ता है, हमारा एनर्जी लेवल बढ़ता है, इसको हम अपने विद्यार्थियों को बढ़ा पाए, दिखा पाए, समझा पाए. यहां समस्या 2-3 प्रकार की आती है. हर एक व्यक्ति, जैसा मैंने सर्किल शुरू में ड्रॉ करना शुरू किया था, हर एक व्यक्ति, मैंने कहा कि कोई एक छोटे सर्किल पर संतुष्ट है, कोई बड़े सर्किल पर संतुष्ट है, कोई कहीं अनुभव में जीवन में लगा हुआ है, वो आगे नहीं बढ़ना चाहता. इसी प्रकार से हमारे जो एक अनुभूति के स्तर हैं, यहां पर 2-3 बातें आती, इंटरेस्ट उत्पन्न करना, चीजों को दिखा पाना कि देयर इज अ बियॉन्ड टू योर नॉर्मल डे टू डे अंडरस्टैंडिंग, देयर इज अ बियॉन्ड एंड लार्जर वे ऑफ डूइंग एंड अचीविंग दिस। यदि हम ऐसा कर पाते हैं, दिखा पाते हैं, this is how we can expand the philosophizing why, how and to whom successfully. This is how I was addressing in this our discussion today, and basing upon this I think that our further डिस्कशन और जो हम इस पर चर्चा करेंगे विषय पर, वो और अधिक सार्थक और अच्छी होगी। सो लेट मी क्लोज द subject which I wanted to talk today here only with a note, और इसके कुछ corollary के साथ में। ये हमारा अनुभव और अनुभूति बढ़ सकती है, ज्ञान बढ़ सकता है, क्षमता बढ़ सकती है, कैपेबिलिटी बढ़ सकती है, और बढ़ा है दर्शन में ये सब क्षमता है, ये हमारे चेतना से, हमारे लार्जर और वास्टनेस से ही सारे ज्ञान निकले हैं। जितने को हमने पकड़ लिया है कि ये इसका मेथोडोलॉजी है, वो विज्ञान है, विशिष्ट ज्ञान। और इस चक्की से सारे और दूसरे प्रकार के अन्न अनाज जिनसे हम संतुष्ट आगे होंगे, इस चेतना से निकलेंगे, चेत जाएंगे। So with this, there is a way and there is a certain methodology for doing this, which is there in our science of spirituality, in our yoga, and in our achar, vichar, ahar, vihar, and vyavhar. These are the keys. So with this, I am closing and thanking all who are here, and Dr. Das and all here, Professor Kushum Kumari ji, and all distinguished who are here, that they have listened to me, and perhaps together we should be able to do more significantly in the area of our doing business of philosophy, our understanding, our teaching, and our learning, and our imparting, and our duty to our nation and humanity. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, Professor Dubey, for this lecture, and really so well. As long as we are in the repetitive experiences, we are not expanding. So your attempt here is to direct all of us to not to limit ourselves in the limiting life experiences, rather the education or whatever that life force generates, that should expand our consciousness in a way that every time we move around the circle, we spirally elevate every time. So that way we are expanding our consciousness, we are expanding our energy, and this is how we can really be capsulating or going closer and closer to the understanding of the nature of reality. So this is maybe your main focus and thesis. Well, with this, let us initiate the discussion. We have with us Professors Ranjit Ghosh. Let us move to Ranjit Ghosh sir to initiate the discussion. Let us move to Professor Ranjit Ghosh sir, and with him let us initiate the discussion. I think he's there. Ranjit Ghosh sir, well, he's there. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Audible,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Audible, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. We have
But not visible. But not visible, Dr. Ghosh, please.
I have opened the camera. It is not visible as yet. Initially, I had a problem with my laptop, and I started with mobile, and now I have converted it into. Anyway, we must thank Professor Dubey for initiating this type of discussion on philosophizing, because that is one of the important things that we have to discuss with our students from the very beginning as to what actually philosophizing is. So he has taken up this why, what, and how, and to whom, and these are definitely this will enlighten our students. Now, one thing that is one question that is bothering me, that when we are talking of philosophy and philosophizing, we talk about value neutrality of philosophy. So, can there be any value neutrality in philosophizing, the process of philosophizing? Because you see, our intention is to enlarge our knowledge, and that is consciousness, as you were saying. And this expansion of consciousness will lead us to wisdom. Now, that is how philosophy is otherwise known as the love of wisdom, and this is what we know. Now, the thing is, we know also the 7 pillars of wisdom. So, all these pillars of wisdoms are to be simultaneously fulfilled in order to arrive at the proper wisdom in the true sense of the term. Now, the question is, we know the expansion of consciousness, expansion of horizon of our consciousness. You must be aware of the philosophy of Vivekananda. Vivekananda himself has said that my body cannot hold the expansion of consciousness that has taken place in me. So, before his death, he said that he has expanded his consciousness to such an extent so his body cannot hold it. Now, all these things are there, but can there be a value neutral philosophizing? How would you react to this? Thank you.
Philosophizing and philosophy. Difference between both that you are asking. See, it's a process. Philosophy is being built up through the philosophizing only. Is it right or not? So we are more concerned with the process, na? And process leads to one juncture. So one level of philosophy, one level of wisdom. Philosophy is not defined like a certain state of wisdom or certain amount of wisdom like this. So philosophizing only yielding or generating that spiraling and capitulating that our Dr. Rao has just said. So far as Vivekanand ji and consciousness and जो हम कितना बढ़ा सकते हैं और कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं, यहीं पे तो सारा का सारा मतलब की है, जो कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी की भी है, सक्सेसफुलनेस की भी है, कर्मसु कौशलम की भी है, एक्सेलेंस की भी है की. ये आवश्यक नहीं है कि जिन्होंने फिलॉसफी पढ़ी दे कैन ओनली डू सो, बट दोज हु हैव एक्सपैंडेड through the process of expansion of their capacity and capacity building and their consciousness and their way of doing and attending various kinds of matters simultaneously. They are there in their consciousness. Either they will be the successful businessman to the successful father or whatever, teacher. So things are there. Keys are there. It is like this कि हम बड़े होते हैं, किसी तरीके से चलना सीख ही लेते हैं, दौड़ना भी सीख लेते हैं, but there is a way that we can go for miles and miles without getting trudged, without getting exhausted. There's a way. There's a way to going unlimited. There's a way. So I'm talking about these secrets. I'm talking about the capacity one teacher should have for inculcating and generating in the student of the capabilities. यदि विद्यार्थी में वो उत्पन्न कर देते हैं, then only it is our business is successful. And I am not telling on this way. It is possible. I have realized after so many years going with all these things, it is possible and it can be realized. This is why such kind of topic is coming. Topic is not coming that out of in a one corner I am standing and thinking philosophy, how, why, and to whom. No. There is a way, there is a successful case study, an example where it can be implemented and where the results are seen. This is in that way it has emerged as. And for that purpose only, I am thinking it should be like this. So I think we may further expand our discussion.
Thank you.
Now the thing is, I also accept your view on this, that philosophizing is a perpetual process and निरंतर प्रक्रिया है, उसको हमको करना ही चाहिए होगा. But the thing is, when we are talking of wisdom, then there are 7 pillars of wisdom as we get in the Western sense of the term. It starts with the fear of the Lord. That is the first pillar of wisdom. That means when we start our intellectual activity, they said that fear of the Lord is the first one. Now the thing is, take the case of Marx and others. They are not bothered about the Lord. They are not. Take the case of Nietzsche. Take the case of Marx. All of them, for them, God is dead. God is dead. So how wisdom in the Western sense of the term can be generated? Because when we link philosophy with wisdom, these things will emerge. All right, you have done the wisdom. We have to, when we are using these things, we have to be very careful about their use, because they may generate subscribe to. So this is what I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Professor Bose, for your question and the responses by Professor Dubey. Well, we see Goraknath sir wants to say something. Well, let's move to him then. Yes, Goraknath Mishra sir wants to say something, I think. Well, anyway, so what we could get from the entire scheme of what Professor Bose asked and what Professor Dubey said, but I have a problem with this expansion of consciousness. When we talk of this expansion, maybe it be the energy expansion or the expansion of the consciousness. When we say it's a philosophizing is an art of expanding, ever evolving. So when we bring in politics, when we bring in society, there are 3 orientations. How we are expanding, whether we are trying to expand our consciousness materially or non-materially or non-physically or spiritually. So that also needs to be taken care of, because we have 3 aspects: the bodily aspects, the mental aspect, and the spiritual aspect. So it's not just trying to say that we are elevating the consciousness, but we need to be careful in saying what is, at what level we are, whether we are in the level of the body or the mind or the spirit, or we are taking all the 3 aspects together when we talk of this elevation of consciousness. So because we are in the body, so we cannot take away the body. We are in a mind, we do have a mind where we cannot eliminate it. At the same time, we have a spirit. So when we talk of the evolving consciousness, when we are talking of philosophizing, so we are in the material world, we cannot take away the body. We are thinking, philosophizing is the process of the mind. We cannot eliminate the mind, but at the same time, it should have a balance with the spirit. So this evolving consciousness should bring in the bodily, the mental, and the spiritual together. So then only we can have that spiral growth, a spiral evolution, the way the galaxy, as Professor Dubey even pointed out, the way the galaxy is expanding spirally every time. So it's moving in a spiral way and it is expanding. So in the similar manner, all the 3 combinedly collaborating one another in a balanced way are expanding, and we need to be in line with that expansion. It is only then our life experiences define ourselves in a right direction. So this is my observation on the entire scheme. Well, Dean R&D, somebody wants to say something. Well, welcome, sir. He has raised his hand. Dean R&D. Well, I don't know if it's visible on the screen. Yes. Yes, welcome, sir.
Yeah. Good morning. Good evening, sir.
Okay, sir.
This is Pramod from Hyderabad.
Welcome, sir. Namaskar. Yes, sir. Welcome.
Namaskar, sir. I'm sorry I could not meet to some of the classes, but I'm missing important classes. But I'm hearing the video sent by Dr. Pramod.
Anyway, sir, carry on, sir. Carry on.
So I think the talk is nicely explained, Professor Dubey, and a clear picture he has given. The consciousness increasing as per the area wise. Okay, I agree with you. Some people have a limited conscious. As the age grows, the knowledge goes on increases. We can go to the higher level, conscious increasing. My question is that, as in fact Ramana also says, K. Rao says, can we compare the consciousness to universe? As the conscious is increasing, at one day, consciousness decreases and collapse one day as the age grows. Similarly, the universe also expanding universe. And as per the scriptures, we say that one day universe also condenses. Compression takes place. So can we compare the consciousness to the universe? This is my question, sir.
Well, what I should say that we are complicating the things. Actually, our nature is like this. So, simple thing is that whosoever is coming to us, suppose we are teacher, whosoever is coming to us, we are philosopher. Whosoever is coming to us, can we really make his problem solve in a way that he should feel he has found the way with discussion to us? Found a knowledge, epistemology, way out. His experiences are changing or not. So this is where this spiraling process, where the person is stuck. His capacity and capability and consciousness, in that way actually I am referring, and this is where the wisdom and wiseness involves and relates with. Now we go ultimately to the consciousness of the universe, or can we have something like this where the entire universe, like we say aham brahmasmi, sarvam khalvidam brahm, like this. So these kind of our Upanishadic Mahavakya, where it is generally understood that kasminnum khalu bhagavato vigyatam idam sarvam vigyatam bhavat bhavishyati. Our Rishi says कि किस चीज को जानने के बाद सब कुछ ज्ञात हो जाता है. So this question is in the category that you have raised the question. Now, whether the validity of such question, validity of such attainment of our consciousness and realization is there or not, this is the actually question. Unless and until we achieve or we realize that level of consciousness, there is always doubt whether the higher realm or higher जो एक सीढ़ी का ऊपर का जो एक वो है चढ़ने के लिए, वो है भी कि नहीं. Once we are stabilized on that, then only we can say yes, it is there. And the people who are below to that ladder rung, जो ladders के रंग हैं उसके नीचे है, उसको ना उतना दूर का दिख पा रहा है, ना उस धरातल पर उसकी जो स्थिति है उसको समझ पा रहा है. This is how the consciousness philosophy is ever growing. My mean to say here only this: हम विद्यार्थियों को, स्टूडेंट्स को इन आवर सिलेबस को सक्सेसफुली तभी चला सकते हैं, संख्या तभी हो सकती है, और वो जीवन में सफल तभी हो सकते हैं जब उनमें ये टेंडेंसी, ये क्षमता, ये स्किल, दिस वे ऑफ ग्रोइंग कैन बी इग्नाइटेड, प्रेजेंटेड, जिससे वो पकड़ सके. जैसे हमने पढ़ना सिखा दिया, नाउ स्टूडेंट कैन रीड. हमने लिखना सिखा दिया, नाउ दे कैन राइट, सो दैट वी कैन फिलोसोफाइजिंग, वी कैन लर्न एंड इग्नाइट विद इन देम. यदि वो चिंगारी आ जाएगी तो उससे आग निकलेगी, देन एवरीथिंग विल बी, व्हाटएवर देयर दुख एंड सुख, दैट विल बी लाइक eradicating. This is where I am pointing out, and this is possible. We have lost in the lot of theorizing it, but this is possible in a simpler way. Simple, जो जहां से मैंने end किया है कि आचार, विचार, आहार, विहार and व्यवहार, these are the key, they are the sub principles of our Indian sciences. This is where I have raised. So I think there will be further discussion. I will be happy. Thank you. Unmute. Please unmute.
Thank you, Professor Dubey and Professor Dr. Pramod. Well, what I could see is what Dr. Pramod, being a man from physics side, what he was trying to see is the galaxy is expanding in the spiral way, and that is the course of the universe, expanding spiral and Professor Dubey has covered consciousness and energy. So there is an analogy, and the system, yes, the system, yes, Professor Pramod will go to that. The system that Professor Dubey is putting forth is the spiral expansion, and that is also seen in our galaxy. So that's how Professor Dubey gets a support from the galaxical arrangement or the expansion of the galaxy. So his model more or less comes close to the model of the galaxy.
Hello.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, yes, Gornath sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Yes, namaskar, sir. Please.
आई
Yes, sir.
दुबे जी स्क्रीन पर नहीं दिखाई दे रहे हैं.
जी,
हाँ, अभी आ गए.
हाँ.
I first of all I congratulate Professor Dubey for giving a very lucid and explanatory lecture. It is actually original philosophizing, going out of the box. I once more congratulate you, sir.
Thank you so
And
much, sir.
now, whatever you have expressed cannot be restricted to the syllabus.
Yes.
In the university syllabi, we have to confine ourselves to the teaching of Descartes, Spinoza, Leibniz, and Berkeley. And we cannot teach philosophizing or philosophy to students. They can be, as you have rightly said, thought can be ignited. They may be provoked to think and philosophize. But we cannot treat the path of philosophizing for them. They have to go on their own, as many philosophers have said. Now, one thing, sir, you have not explained what is consciousness. Phenomenology of consciousness has to be explained. Its ontology has to be explained. Now, ontologically, consciousness is nothing but energy, primal energy, which expresses or individuates itself in different forms. मोहि में तोहि में खड्ग खंभ में घट घट व्यापी Ram. That Ram is the word used for consciousness, which is also said to be the Brahman. Now, this consciousness expresses itself right from the piece of sand, grass, blade of grass, up to the highest being. Now, my question is, can consciousness expand? It cannot expand so far as ontological perspective is concerned. In the individual, consciousness is aroused through the process of sensation, perception, and then all the psychic phenomena are the expressions of that primal consciousness. Now, sir, I would like to draw your attention to Taittiriya Upanishad 6th Valli, where the ontology of consciousness is explained through Panchakosha. The consciousness, which is implicit, unmanifest in Annamaya, expresses itself, expands itself, and goes up to the level of Brahman. So this basic nature of consciousness has to be explained, and it cannot be interpreted in scientific or logical terms only. Once more, I thank you and congratulate you for very good lecture, going out of the box. Usually people talk only of Nyaya Vaisheshik Sankhya, but you have given an original way of thinking and philosophizing. Thank you, sir. I've been coming to Nalanda before your joining the department. Bhattacharya knows it. I have attended many dialogues in Nalanda, and I had very good experience. Maybe I may get again some opportunity to meet you anywhere in conferences, seminars, or I hope you will bring out this original way of thinking in Nalanda Mahavihar. Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Professor Gorakhnath sir. Well, thank you so much for your observations. Let us move
I'm from Goa,
Ah,
yes,
very nice,
thank
very
you,
nice.
thank you, thank
and
you,
I've been a student of Allahabad University.
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
In your journals, you will find my articles.
Sure, 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 sir.
Nalanda Vishwavidyalaya has brought out some of my lectures which I have given there. And please read it and give your comments. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you for your.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's move to our admin, Professor Pramod Kumar Das, for his observations and comments. Over to Professor Das.
I think Sarvani ji has something to say.
Anybody? Yes. Yes. Anybody wants to say something? Yes. I don't think wants to say. Well, if anybody wants to say, well, they are welcome. Otherwise, let's move to our admin for
Just
his.
one question, sir.
Yes.
Just one
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Only
Sir.
one question. Can you say that conscience decreases as age increases? After certain age, biological parts go on decreases. Our mind will not function. Can you agree with the statement, sir?
This actually consciousness and body
Yes.
takes it to dualism.
Yes, sir, please.
When we say like this, then consciousness is a part of the body. When we say like this, and physiologically, when we raise such kind of question, we come into the realm of science. And in the science, we know everything. Methodology can be proved. There are the experimentation way, and whatever you are telling, it is right in that way.
Okay.
So far as mysticism is concerned, so far as spirituality is concerned, and so far as the philosophy of Indian tradition is concerned, yoga tradition is concerned, a person is going in the samadhi, doesn't borrow or bother about the age. It doesn't matter there, and doesn't like the even limited to the body or requirement of the body. Even in Buddhism also, Nirvana also, all Jivan Mukti also. So this is another way, because here the degenerating of the body is there. इसीलिए संन्यास आश्रम बनाया गया है कि हम संन्यास में ट्रस्टी हो जाए. Neither we are related or nor we are not related. We are in a way neutral. इसीलिए एक एज के साथ ये व्यवस्था की गई थी. Anyway, lot of discussion can be on this.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
हेलो
Yes, madam. Kusum.
हेलो
Madam. Yes, Kusum madam. Welcome.
जी हाँ ये
Madam,
बड़ा सुंदर प्रयास दर्शन शास्त्र
वीडियो
भी ऑन करूं
जरूर.
ये बड़ा ही सुंदर प्रयास दर्शन शास्त्र को समाज के बीच लाने का, लेकिन व्यवहारिक रूप से दर्शन को हम कैसे जीवित करेंगे इसके बारे में अगर सुशीम दुबे जी सोचें और इस तरह का प्रयास किया जाए तो मैं समझती हूँ बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन होगा दर्शन के क्षेत्र में. दर्शन की धारा जो सिमटती चली जा रही है और हम उसको लॉजिक और उलझनों में डालते चले जा रहे हैं, उसको सरल ढंग से जीवन में कैसे लाया जाए, लोगों का इंटरेस्ट कैसे उसमें बढ़े, इस पे बातें होनी चाहिए और खुली बातें होनी चाहिए.
बिल्कुल.
मैं ये चूंकि हम लोग बिहार में रहे और बिहार में दर्शन को पढ़ा और पढ़ाया तो देखा कि 2004-5 के बाद से दर्शन के छात्र कमने लगे और बहुत कमने लगे. तो बहुत तरह की समस्याएं आने लगी. क्या करना है, साइंस के साथ कैसे जोड़ें और कैसे इसका सोशल यूटिलिटी होगा. अभी जो हमारे बीच राष्ट्रीय चरित्र और राष्ट्रीय धर्म और नेशनल कैरेक्टर की बातें आ रही है, उसमें हम दर्शन का कैसे उपयोग कर सकें, इन मुद्दों पे बातें हो. और दुबे जी मैं समझती हूँ आप सक्षम हैं कि इस तरह के वेबिनार को ऑर्गेनाइज करें और लोगों के दिमाग में बिठाएं कि चरित्र के निर्माण के लिए दर्शन से अच्छा कोई विषय नहीं हो सकता. यह हमें गहराई देता है, तर्क करने की शक्ति देता है, हमारे बुद्धि विवेक को खोलता है. तो इससे ज्यादा सोशल हार्मोनी भी एस्टेब्लिश करने में हमारी मदद करता है. यहाँ हम रिलीजन के यूनिटी की भी बातें करते हैं। तो इस तरह से जो हमारे राधा कृष्णन की फिलॉसफी रही या जो हमारे अद्वैत वेदांत की फिलॉसफी रही, जरूरी नहीं है कि डेकार्ट, स्पिनोजा, लेibniz और ह्यूम, बर्कले को ही हम पढ़ें बार बार। हम जो हमारी जो भारतीय दर्शन है, 9 दर्शन, शस्त्र दर्शन और 3 इधर, इस पे बातें हो और उसका क्या इम्पैक्ट होता है इस पे देखें। क्योंकि अभी राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति लागू हो रही है और इसमें आपका आप फिजिक्स के साथ हिस्ट्री भी पढ़ सकते हो और बायोलॉजी के साथ सोशियोलॉजी भी पढ़ सकते हो। तो दर्शन कैसे ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग पढ़ें जिससे कि उनके व्यक्तित्व पर उसका असर हो, इन बातों के बारे में सोचा जाए और इस पे एक खुले मंच पे इस तरह का वेबिनार किया जाए। मेरा ये सुझाव है। वैसे आपने जो प्रयास किया है वो अति उत्तम है। मैंने अपना कमेंट्स पहले ही दे रखा है रिटर्न में। धन्यवाद दुबे जी, धन्यवाद इसके लिए।
धन्यवाद,
अच्छा लगा।
धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू कुसुम मैडम। वेल, डॉक्टर प्रमोद सर जो बात रेस की हैं, with the growing age the body becomes slow, mind becomes slow, but Professor Dubey's system grows on, because there is one more thing that is evolving, that is the spirit. The body will get low, the mind will get slow, but the spirit still evolves in that spiral universe. So that is how we can treat Dr. Pramod sir's questions. Well, let us move to Professor, our admin. Somebody, Kiran Kumari, wants to say something, then we'll move to our admin, because she has raised her hand. Kiran Kumari. Well, I'll wait for half a minute. If not, then we'll move to our admin. Well, Professor Pramod Kumar Das, please, your observations and comments.
Thank you, Dr. Rao, and grateful to Professor Dubey for his wonderful presentation. Whatever Professor Kumari Kusumji suggested, what should be the contribution of a philosophy and what should Professor Dubey say, I think that is already said repeatedly by Professor Dubey. Very simple. We don't need to complicate the simple thing. Professor Dubey is saying that knowing is not restricted to epistemology. Knowing has a link to our being, that is ontology. Therefore, in the Upanishads, it is said that knowing is becoming. Whatever as I think, so I become. If I know something, I should become that. So education is transformation. If we are not getting transformed day by day, mere increasing of numbers of students in the classroom, that is not the real focus of that is not the real target of life. Maybe few students, but whether they are getting transformed or not, whether they are going beyond the circular way of life or not, where they are going out of box or not, that is very, very important. And data has been focused by this talk, and this is very original and this is very interesting. So when we are talking about Dukh, as Professor Dubey said, and Ranjit Ghosh sir also said that that Dukh is when we are satisfied with our limitations, when we are moving in the circle, and moving in the circle is common to all, and we are satisfied with that. But the moment we are getting a way to go to transcend that circle and to have a higher level of circle, in that way we are transcending, and it has no limit. It will end in the pure consciousness. So pure consciousness is the highest end of perfection, highest end of realization. That is pure. Very beautifully Professor Dubey said that it is called pure because it is the highest. That means all the lower levels are impure. That means they are subject to change, subject to modifications. So um, philosophizing means we have to start rethinking and to come out of the box. So if at all we understand that we are moving in a circle, that is also the starting point of our wisdom. If you understand your level of ignorance, if you understand how much you are ignorant, that is the starting point of your knowledge. If you understand you are moving in a circle, then only you can get a way to go beyond. So that going beyond is a philosophical possibility, and that leads to wisdom. If we are satisfied with logic, if we are satisfied with science, if we are satisfied with mathematics, then that's all right. We are very much practical, we are very much empirical, we are very much successful in this empirical world. But that does not give us the real happiness. That does not give us the real contentment. We become harassed, we become frustrated, we become very much disheartened after all success, because what should we attend, we have not attained. We have not attained. So here epistemology and ontology go hand in hand. What I know and what I become, that should go hand in hand. What happens today? What happens today? What happens in the present generation? We need certificate, we need position, and we count our salary. And that is, we are satisfied with our degree positions. That is not the real psychic satisfaction. That is not the transformation. That is not the realization of the truth. So here we are speaking of the realization of the truth, and that can be possible only by the realization of the relativity. That we understand that this circular way of life is not the real purpose of life. We have to go beyond that. And very meticulously, Professor Dubey explained that in the presentation by making circles and by making the outer circles. And by that, he tried to explain what should be the attitude of a philosopher, and what should be the goal of a philosopher. Once you become a, therefore in Indian tradition, we call it darsana, we call it vision. That is not only philosophy and darshan, there is a big difference. Darsana means what here we see the truth. Interpretation of truth and vision of truth is different. The moment we interpret, we apply our own logic, that becomes personal. But when we see the truth, it is impersonal. It may not be expressed, it may not be communicated to others. So vision of truth depends upon our attitude of philosophizing, how much we are free from our colonized mind. Our mind should not be colonized by this theory, that theory, followers of Buddhism or followers of Marxism. Our mind should not be colonized. Our mind should have a free access to go beyond and beyond and beyond. That going beyond is philosophizing. And where it ends? It ends at the pure consciousness. It may be late. It may take many lives to attain that state, and overnight also we can attain it. That depends upon our level of understanding, our level of transformation. So very beautifully, and when we are talking about its implication on society, naturally, when we are getting transformed, what is the difference between a common man and Vivekananda? Both are human beings, but the world view, the vision, the understanding level are different. My vision of world defines my personality, that defines my action, that defines my emotion, that defines my bhakti, that defines my attitude towards life. I manifest in that way. So my philosophy, my vision, my understanding, my realization is also an instrument for others. It is an asset for the society because that will inspire others to grow. Therefore, teachers are the ideals for the students. So a teachers or a philosopher teacher should be like that. He should be the symbol of perfection. He should represent perfection. Whatever I am saying, I am living in that way. Whatever I am believing, I am living in that way. Whatever I am professing, I am living in that way. If simply I am professing and speaking and I am a very good professor and I am a very good orator, I am speaking many good things, that is not discussed here. My personality is explained by my character. So my knowledge becomes my character. My knowledge becomes my existence. So we all live, so far as science is concerned, we all live in the same world where there is the same oxygen for all, same empirical contents for all, but we are all living in thousand types of intellectual worlds. My world is different from the world of a beggar, which is much better than my world, but he is not a professor of any university. So reading philosophy does not mean that he is a perfect person. How much we have realized the truth, that is discussed here. And in that way, we can inspire, we can encourage our students. So far, they will come to the philosophy community heartily, not by any means of competition. Therefore, it is called love of wisdom. We should have love for that wisdom. We should have love for that transcendence. We should have love for that transformation. Otherwise, it is not possible. Thank you. This is my observation. Thank you. I congratulate and I salute the intention, the very honest intention behind this speech. And I shall say that Professor Dubey has delivered 3 or 4 talks here. This is the best one. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Das. Well, 2 important things that Professor Das uh, has said here. First thing, knowing our limitation, knowing our level of knowledge, or knowing our ignorance is the first step to elevate. Unless and until you know that your limitation, you cannot elevate. So knowing your ignorance is also a very high standard of knowledge. It's a very high level of knowledge because I know my ignorance, and it's a very it's a high standard of knowledge. Only those who are elevated to a certain height, they can understand their ignorance. And this again subscribes to the evolution theory of consciousness that Professor Dubey is advocating. Number 1. Number 2, another good thing that he has said is, whatever be your height of consciousness, you need to live in that height of consciousness. So knowing and living, they should be coherent, they should go hand in hand, or epistemology and ontology should go hand in hand. Otherwise, it makes no sense that you are an evolved lot, but your practice is something different. So that makes no sense to what Professor Dubey is saying. So 2 important things to substantiate to what Professor Dubey said, and well, very nicely Professor Das could summarize things, and I should thank Professor Dubey for initiating this this talk and evolving consciousness. Thank you so much, sir, for this. Well, I don't find anybody having any question or any suggestion. So with this, let us move to again Professor Pramod Kumar Das for closing down the session and thanking everybody. thanking the speaker rather. Okay, let's move to Professor Das.
Thank you, Dr. Rao, for giving me chance to thank all. We are really thankful and we are really grateful to Professor Dubey because whenever we invite him, he never says no. This is also called philosophizing. When we are inviting somebody to discuss about philosophy, if he is ready, if he is readily available in spite of his busy schedules, that is the real spirit of a discussion. That is the real spirit of a philosophical pursuit. What is your attitude that matters more? What you are, how far, how many talks you have given, that is not important. Your attitude is that you want to share something new. You want to be with us in such a beautiful discussion. That is very important. That defines your personality, sir. Sir, we are very much grateful to you for your benign presence. We solicit your presence, sir. And I thank Professor Kumari Kusumji, uh, Ranjit Ghosh, sir, and Goraknath Mishra ji very beautifully he gave his observation. Madam also gave very good suggestions. What should be philosophy and what should be a philosopher, and many comments given by Sabani Madam and others, and very beautiful moderation by Dr. Rao. Thank you to all. We shall meet again next Sunday with a new topic. Thank you. With this meeting is declared closed. We are grateful to all of you. Thank you.
Dr. Das, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
At the end, what just let me show you. I wanted to do next time, not here or anywhere, wherever. There are something practical also. I think it is visible. I was keeping this thing for today's discussion, but there was no plenty of context. So next time, meditation and benefits of meditation, immediate realization that we are talking about. केवल चेतना को बढ़ाएं या केवल बात करने से नहीं होगा, नहीं. That I am now keeping for our discussions, maybe on this platform or to the other platforms. So with this, I think with new goodness we should close with this only small note.
Sir, in this platform, you are invited to discuss about this topic.
That I understand. Yes. This is what innovative and immediate thing which I have in mind. I will let me develop more. Then I will come again.
Thank you, sir.